Yep. Hey,
Hey, what's up? All right, it is recording. So if you have any questions, you can shout them out or you can type them in chat, whatever you feel most comfortable with. Not financial advice. This is just for entertainment, kind of showing you how to start off with cryptocurrencies, right? So first things first, what is crypto? What are cryptocurrencies? What are crypto assets? Why do they matter? And where is that going to take us going into the future? So here are a few websites. I'm gonna drop the links to them. I'm going to drop the links to them in the chat. There's CoinDesk, which is like a news-based website. Great place to get some info. Coin Gecko, as well as Coin Market Cap. These give like the list of current cryptocurrencies, different platforms, and a small brief description on them. So when you're starting out, I highly suggest you start out using these platforms just to kind of figure out what's going on in crypto. So you can read a little bit about here on News Desk, what's going on with crypto. And then when you do find a project that you want to check out, you would come over to Coin Market Cap. Boom. You can talk, Corey. What are you saying? Check out Masari. Masari.com.
I mean, you present, man. I don't want to cut you off. Like,
Nah, it's
I'm
open
playing the
dialogue.
background.
It's open dialogue, so it's not quite a presentation. I'm just walking through a lot of people that don't even know where to start. We have a lot of conversations that some people aren't quite, they don't know everything that we're talking about. So some people haven't bought any crypto. Is there anyone here that doesn't own any crypto yet? You could just shout it out or say it in the chat.
Well, I've only bought it through Coinbase, so I know technically that means I don't have it. Like I don't have a ledger or a key and all that stuff. So
got you. Yeah. So you're just using a centralized exchange, but I mean, you have access to it, and as soon as you get your ledger, you'll be able to send it off. The issues with keeping your crypto on a custodial wallet like this, a centralized exchange like this, is that any point they shut down their services, then it's shut down. But this is a good beginner point, a good beginner starter just to get into crypto if you don't know anything about it. They make the platform super easy. It's kind of like gamified, similar to like a Robinhood. So you can navigate through it. Most people do know about Coinbase. So everyone else owns some type of crypto, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I have a little. It's just I haven't sent it over from Coinbase to MetaMask to my MetaMask wallet yet. So
okay, cool. Yeah, MetaMask is a digital wallet. So you will have your own seed phrase, you'll have your keys. And then the only thing about the MetaMask wallet is that it is still stored online. So, you just want to be extra careful anytime you have any of your funds sitting online. I use this MetaMask wallet as like a point of transition. So if I need to hold something for a short amount of time, like I'm going to be sending it somewhere, I'm going to be maybe buying something or swapping something, then I keep funds in my MetaMask. But once I know that I want to hold on to something for long term, then I usually send it to my ledger. And a ledger is going to be your cold wallet, cold storage device. It's not connected to the internet. So I'm just going to drop all these links in here. So give me 1 second for the people that don't have them. There's a discount on my, there's a discount for the ledger that you can find on my link tree if you want to check it out. If you don't have a Coinbase account, I'm assuming most of us already have this. Just stop me if anyone doesn't, or if they get, a little confused. Just 1 second, the last thing here. All right, bet. Going back to this website now, we're gonna read through it a little bit. As cryptocurrencies transform how we trade, transact, and interact online, it has become more important than ever for technology leaders to have experience with these innovations. So a lot of institutions right now are trying to position themselves to make waves in the DeFi space. A lot of institutions are coming in as kind of like private backing for some of these programs, some of these protocols. So definitely time to keep your eyes up and figure out, make sure that all these protocols stay decentralized, and any updates that come to the space, we're asking questions to figure out what's really going on. Those that don't know, Bitcoin started since the creation of Bitcoin 2008. Cryptocurrencies have been the subject of uncertainty, skepticism, hype, and disillusionment. So it got a bad rap coming out. Obviously, anytime a brand new currency comes out that just was pretty much made out of thin air in a lot of people's eyes, they're not going to be too happy about it. It didn't really gain as much traction until the first transaction with Bitcoin. I think Laszlo something bought 2 pizzas for 10,000 Bitcoin in 2009, and that's when it first started gaining notoriety. But for you, not the history lesson when it comes to crypto, but actually using crypto, right? So custodial cryptocurrency. To own cryptocurrency, you're required to have a wallet. A cryptocurrency wallet is how coins and tokens are held or custodied. There are a couple of options for custody of your asset. So I don't like this article because the first thing they say is third-party service. The first thing they say is third-party service. So yeah, that's what you don't want. But you can hold your crypto in a third-party service. You may choose to hold your cryptocurrency with a third party, such as an exchange, which will provide a wallet for you. In this case, you should be aware that you are trusting the security of that exchange with your asset. If the exchange gets hacked, you may have little or no recourse. Generally, to set up a wallet with an exchange, you will need to set up an account using information including your name, passport, or ID number. So some exchanges you have to do that, and then some others you don't. But if you're just getting started out, then I would suggest setting one up with either Voyager or Coinbase, because those will be the easiest for you to navigate. So then you also have a self-hosted wallet. You may choose to self-host your wallet. If you go this route, you will bypass these identification requirements of third-party providers. You will also be taking the security of your asset into your own hands. Be aware that if you lose the necessary materials to access your wallet, you will have no recourse. So definitely be aware of that, right? So like your MetaMask. So what they're speaking about, like right here, your MetaMask, you're getting your private keys. You have to store your private keys. You have to make sure that the security of this is tight. One of the ways you can do that, YubiKey, Yubico. There it is. Uh-oh. I'll get you the links, but here it is. You can use one of these. It's called a YubiKey. And basically you plug this into your device. And then once you plug it into your device, it locks your device and you have to two-factor authenticate before anything is like coming or going out, I believe. So boom, I'll drop this into here. So for something like your MetaMask digital wallet, this would be very useful. It helps with your security. So we got our ledger for security, and that's going to hold our crypto in it for long term. And then we have our YubiKey for security for our digital wallets to prevent someone just going in there sending it without having your YubiKey plugged in. So super simple so far. All right.
And Justin, I would also add the Exodus wallet too. It's actually the most secure crypto wallet on the market, software wallet. In transparency, I am investing in it. Just wanted to be transparent there, but I actually had some crypto in there. I forgot I had it, and then reopened it about 2 years later. So it's really.
Yeah, for sure. Exodus wallet is a good wallet. I don't know. I don't navigate it because I don't use it that often. But how is it to navigate, Corey? Is it pretty easy for beginners?
Yeah, it's super user friendly.
Okay.
It's like they basically took the Google approach of making things easy to use. You don't have to be a genius or anything. From a security standpoint, which is what I like to pay attention to, if the company itself was to ever get hacked, your wallet will still be secure because they actually don't hold the keys to your wallet. The keys are encrypted on your device that you have the Exodus wallet on. So your smartphone or Mac. And they give you a 16-word phrase, which unlocks your crypto wallet. And as long as you have that phrase, you can go to any computer, any smartphone or any laptop and unlock it and actually, I guess, refresh and bring back your money. And I think they just raised like 70 million from the ICO. And this is the second crypto cycle they've been a part of, which is also just as very important to me. I look at how many crypto cycles has a particular product lived through. So
Nice. Yeah. I've heard of Exodus before. I think I downloaded it, but I was in like the midst of downloading like every single wallet that was out there. And I don't think I just got around to using this one. But I've heard good things about it. So guys, check it out. I dropped that one in the link as well. And it looks like they're integrated with Trezor, which is another hardware cold storage wallet that you can get. And I'll drop the link to that one. Just so you have options. I prefer Ledger, but it's just so you have options. Boom. All right, so these are the first steps, right? All the links that are down there, starting on a easy wallet like Coinbase or a easy wallet like Exodius wallet. That's going to get you started. That's where we're going to buy our crypto. But we have to remember that if we buy it on something like Coinbase, you don't actually own it because you don't have your private keys. You don't have a seed phrase. Something like Exodius or MetaMask, you will own it because you'll have your seed phrase. And as Corey was saying, with my MetaMask, I can just go type in my seed phrase and pull up my account on any computer at any time. It also has a mobile app. And the same with Exodius, they have the mobile app as well. And you can pull up or a desktop wallet, web wallet. So depending on your level of understanding and how secure you want to be, I would go with either MetaMask, Exodius, or Coinbase. Again, Coinbase being the most novice one, the easiest one to use. Exodius being very easy, but you have control over it. And MetaMask being a little bit more challenging, but maybe having a little bit access to different things with decentralized exchanges. I would probably say MetaMask is maybe the most decentralized, then Exodius, then Coinbase. All right. So go ahead.
Question. So
Yep.
then so how does it work? Like, let's say we're going to use MetaMask, right?
Okay.
Where are we actually making the purchases? Is it through MetaMask or is it through someplace else and then it gets transferred to MetaMask?
You can do either one. MetaMask has a buy feature. If you don't want to do KYC, it limits you to about $500. If you do want to do KYC, I think you can do up to $15,000 per
What's
transaction.
KYC?
KYC is know your customer. So
Okay.
KYC laws are, as I think Corey said, that they're required with any financial institution anywhere in the world. But some just kind of, I guess, skip the tow lines. I know in the US, it's very serious. Every bank, when you have to take a picture of the front of your ID, the back of your ID, that would be considered like KYC, know your customer.
Got it.
yeah, and even if that institution or exchange is outside the US, if you have US customers, then they fall under the SEC jurisdiction. Like that's how they're coming at finance right now because of that. But finance has been doing that for years, which now they're going after them.
Yeah. Here nor there. It's like they know what they're doing. It's one of those things where like in California, before weed was really legal, they were kind of letting people walk on the street smoking it, even though, it was still illegal. So Binance is still letting people, get through without using KYC until they get the harsh crackdown, it seems like. I'm sorry. Yeah, KYC, know your customer. All right. So do we have any questions, right? So we got our spot to buy. We know we can deposit on Coinbase. We can just enter our debit card information. Same with on MetaMask. You can enter a debit card information. They use a third party called Wire, WYRE. And you can use your debit card, someone else's debit card. The only thing you cannot use is a prepaid debit card, unfortunately. And then obviously we also know about the Exodius wallet where, again, I haven't used it, but I'm assuming the same thing. You would just put in your information and you can buy on there. Any questions on where we would buy crypto?
Quick question for you. Do you prefer to, let's say for an example, like I got Bittrex, do you recommend that I purchase the tokens or so forth on Bittrex, and then if I need to transfer it to MetaMask to do that, or do you think it's best just to set up a file on MetaMask to have the option up to 15,000 or whatever? I think it was that you stated was a limit.
Well, either way, right? They both have KYC. It looks like this one might be a little bit more of a centralized exchange. I haven't used Bittrex. Let me see here.
Or it might be cheaper for me to do it through MetaMask then, because they'll probably charge me fees to do the transfer on it if I decide to do it to my ledger or anything to that nature, right?
Yeah, well, anywhere is going to charge your fees. The fees are the only way that that these exchanges make money most of the time.
Uh-huh.
I mean, maybe not the only way, but it's definitely their biggest way. So anywhere you go is going to charge fees. Like even if you buy on MetaMask, you get charged a purchasing fee. If you buy on Coinbase, I think it's a much smaller purchasing fee. But yeah, you could play around and see. Again, this is for like super beginners, right? So this is just to show someone where they would buy crypto. But let's check out Bittrex. So what was your process when you bought it on here? Could you tell me a little bit about it?
Let me see if I even remember. I think it was the same thing with the debit card. I purchased the stocks a while ago. I think it was the same thing, like kind of like the MetaMask. I went ahead and put in my debit card information, and of course they have to ask for your license. Like I had to give the front, the back, and the information that they required. And maybe like a week or two later, I went ahead and just input it in with a debit card and just bought a couple of stocks, or not stocks. I'm sorry, crypto.
You can also use Binance US. I don't know if anyone's ever tried to use Binance US. I have a Binance US account as well that I just buy and hold in. I just literally buy and just hold everything in that account. So this is a pretty solid one. This is something I want to show you guys. Like right now, this is saying on Bittrex that I clicked I want to buy now, and it's giving me the price of Bitcoin at $40,814. And when I actually look at the price of Bitcoin on my chart, oh shit, hold on.
And
We're at
Justin, while you're
40,000.
doing that, the guy asked earlier about lowering fees. You can lower your fees of exchanging if you do it in times where there's not congestion on the blockchain. So like
Okay.
I kept my money where it was. I'm waiting basically until like the middle of the summer to start moving it around. Because there's if you notice, Ethereum was very congested probably back in May. Or whatever, and then Bitcoin as well. So try to wait if you can. If the trading fees are big for you, wait until the transactions on chain are lower, because the fee, and there's going to be less people you're competing against for those transactions
Okay.
to get pushed through.
Good note. I'm trying to just basically buy and hold type of situation. I'm not buying much right now or so, but I'm just trying to get the knowledge of how to do everything. So, later
Yeah.
down the road, I know what to go, which route, and what I feel secure with.
Yeah, but even still, like say you buy it on Coinbase or Bitfinex, right? It may make sense, even though you're holding it for long term. It may make sense to like wait a month or so, however long you can stomach to wait until those exchange fees go down.
Okay.
Because every time you move your money, it's they're going to take a piece. But depending on how much you have, I definitely don't warrant keeping your money on exchanges. I have some, but it's more what I'm using or whatever.
Okay.
So yeah.
Good call, Corey. Yeah, especially and if you can't, like, if you don't want to wait months or whatever, just check for time frames. When a new coin was dropping on Uniswap that I really wanted, I checked back 3 different, like over the course of 3 days, I just continually check at different times, like when I first wake up, in the middle of the day, in the evening, and then at like 2 a.m, 3 a.m. I just would check back. And I think the fee went down from like $115 down to like $13. So that's something to look out for as well, to check out for that.
Man, that's a lot of checking you did. You got to automate that.
Yeah, Uniswap decentralized exchange unfortunately doesn't have like a limit sell or anything, a limit swap yet. But this is what I wanted to point out, guys. So Bitcoin
I
is
think somebody else was saying something. Didn't mean to cut him off.
Yeah, no, that's okay. How and where are you checking for that?
check
Like
in
when
for the
you're,
fees.
yeah.
I got you. So I'll drop the link right here. So this is Etherscan, and then I thought I was on Etherscan gas. 1 second. Gas fee tracker.
And you can actually get a guesstimation of what the fees are going to be just by looking at CoinMarketCap and looking at their chart, looking at the actual trading volume. So if the trading volume is lower, then the fees are going to be lower of that particular chain.
Facts. Less volume, less fees because there's less traffic. Also, if I'm on my MetaMask, I can just go into swap and say I want to, you know, whatever, 0.01. You can just act like you're doing a transaction, and it'll give you an estimation of the gas fees after it checks every exchange. $5.49. Max amount $6. And then you can always speed up the transaction if you want. But that's, see right here where it says 11, right here it says the high is 12. If you really wanted to go through very fast, you could put it at 13. You could put it at back to 11, whatever you wanted. So there's a few different ways for you to check the gas.
And Justin, just a quick question. You see how you put the 0.03 or whatever it is? Are you able to put the dollar amount in that section, or it always has to be like 0.0 and whatever the quantity that you want to enter?
The easiest way that I guess you would, no, you can't do that unless you're going to like a stable coin, because then it would be like, oh, I want to enter, 100 stable coins or whatever. But see, it still comes out to the price.
Yeah, no problem. Okay.
But another tool that you can use is under this website, coinmarketcap.com. You can go to products and converter. And they have a little conversion tool here that I used to use a lot. It can be pretty helpful. So, 1 ETH right now is $2,551. Say I was going to charge you 0.25 ETH, for whatever, a basketball ticket or something, easy to see right there. So you can add this to like your little, your tabs up here, kind of get to it quickly. And then, as you find something else better that you like or something else you want to use, you can swap it out for different tools.
You're able to put that in the chat, and I want to copy and paste that one.
Yeah, it is already.
Okay.
CoinMarketCap. It's the very first link, CoinMarketCap, and then you go to products. Or I'll drop it with this. So this one goes directly to the site. But for those, you go to CoinMarketCap under products and converter.
Now it has to be that the token is already out, right? Because if it's like a new, I think it was an IDO or whatever, it might not come up in that as an option, correct?
Yeah, you can see here there's limited options for it. It's usually the bigger ones, the main ones.
Okay. All right, that's cool.
But I'm sure you can just Google search as well, like crypto converter app, Bitcoin calculator, currency converter. But I don't check it that often anymore. But you can also, if you ever, wait, we're getting off track. Hold on. All right, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. That's how you would check the main ones. Going back to what I was saying, why I wouldn't use Bittrex, right? They're charging, if you wanted to buy Bitcoin right now, $40,767 for 1 Bitcoin. And the current price of Bitcoin is actually only $40,096. So they're making a really big spread off of people right now. It's like almost $600 above what it's going for. I mean, I know crypto goes for different prices on different exchanges, but even on CoinGecko, which notoriously is a little bit higher with prices, it's still only $43.60 on here, and it's charging us $4,600, $700. So
yeah, it's a bit.
So where did you go to see the actual price of Bitcoin?
Well, You know, depending on where you are, it depends on where the actual price is, right? So I check CoinGecko. CoinGecko is where I check to see the high price, because usually CoinGecko has a higher running price than most exchanges I use. So if I go here and I see, oh, you know, Bitcoin's at 40,360, I know it's probably going to be anywhere from, you know, $100 to $200 less than that when I check my chart. And when I use Binance, so I'm only concerned about the price that's on Binance, right? Like, you know, it says 40,000 here. So if I buy it, you know, for 40,000, it's not going to turn into 40,360 just because I'm looking on this website. It only refers to the exchange or wherever your crypto is being held. Another thing, guys, when we were talking about Ledger, you can buy actually right on Ledger. When some people are asking where to buy, so this could also be one of your safest bets. If you have a VPN, you can actually purchase right on Ledger. So you buy your Ledger and you just set it up, and then you can buy directly to it. You don't have to worry about transferring it, especially if you're a long-term holder. This is pretty suggestive to you, because then you don't have to worry about those transaction fees or you know, worrying about anything. You just buy it and it goes straight onto there. Okay. So
I'm gonna just kind of go step by step here, and you tell me if I have this correct. And I appreciate everyone's patience as I probably slow us down a bit here, but
for sure.
like I mentioned before, it's like I jumped in and it's kind of in the middle, so I'm piecing things together, and I'm a very methodical person and thinker, so I like sequence of steps and whatnot.
Gotcha.
So let's say I want to buy Bitcoin, right? So I'm going to go to, let's say, MetaMask and make the purchase there, and that holds it in a digital wallet. And then I can transfer that from my digital wallet to what is called a cold wallet, which is not connected to the internet, which I can get off Ledger.
Correct. But just for that specific example, if MetaMask is an Ethereum wallet, so you'd have to do it, just be one extra step if you wanted to buy Bitcoin in specific. But you had the process exactly right. You would go to an exchange, one like Coinbase, one like Exodius, which is in your wallet, one like MetaMask. And again, you would go to the exchange that has the currency that you want. So, you know, if this one doesn't have Bitcoin, then you'd be like, oh, darn, this one doesn't have Bitcoin. I have to go to one that does, you know, so super simple. You would buy it on that exchange. And then once you bought it on that exchange and you owned it, you would then send it to your cold wallet, your hardware cold wallet. So this is, and it's a hardware cold wallet, meaning it's disconnected from the internet until you plug it in to update or to run any programs on it. But basically what you do is inside of this wallet, one second, let this load up. You're able to buy Bitcoin, you're able to swap Bitcoin, you're able to send and receive Bitcoin, and you're not able to stake yet. The cool thing about this wallet is it comes with a app. And I'll show it to you guys in 1 second.
Wow, this is pulling up, Justin. So let's say whatever amount you put in your wallet, how does, like, you know how Bitcoin goes up and down with prices? Does it just save the amount of coins you have, or does it save what you purchase it for as well?
You're purchasing an asset, so it gives you the amount of the asset that you've purchased, right? So if you purchased 0.01 of Bitcoin, then that's what you have in your account, 0.01 Bitcoin. Same thing for if it was, you know, Ethereum or Cardano or whatever the case may be. Does that?
So the price itself, let's say if Bitcoin, just to throw an even number out, was $10,000 that I purchased it at, and it goes, let's say for an example, it goes down.
No, but how
or up.
much Bitcoin did you purchase though? Is the question, not the price of it. Did you purchase 0.01 Bitcoin? Did you purchase half a Bitcoin? Did you purchase a whole Bitcoin? That would be the the underlying factor.
So
Okay.
basically it's like, let's say we went and bought an apple and we paid $5 for that apple. We now have one apple. Now we can hold on to that apple, and then even if tomorrow we go back to the store and now one apple is worth $4, I'm now still buying that apple for $4, but now I have two apples. And it's a matter of, okay, now I go back to the store another time and now apples are worth $10. So I have two apples, and even though I only paid $9 for those two apples, they are now worth $20 because that's what the price is. Does that make sense?
Okay. Okay.
Bingo.
Yep. Absolutely.
Exactly right. There we
Really
go.
proud of myself for that one, guys.
Yep, exactly. So yeah, you can
How
see
many people here have actually read or watched read the white paper on Bitcoin or Ethereum?
I started reading it, and honestly, it was above me a bit.
Yeah.
So when you say watch, I'm a much better like audio visual learner. So is there something you recommend watching versus reading the white paper?
I actually, so me personally, I don't like reading. I'm more, I learn by doing or videos and audio. But one thing you could do is to watch some YouTube videos and just Google, Bitcoin and watch the videos that have the highest views. They're probably going to be the most accurate or whatever. But the Bitcoin paper, when I first read it, I think it took me like 3 or 4 hours because there was so many concepts in there that was over my head. But once you
Mhm.
read it and understand Bitcoin, you're going to be way more informed. And actually know when you're going to be a lot more versed, because most people don't take that step to actually learn the technicality of it. And that's going to set you apart. Understanding what's technically sound is more important in blockchain as far as investing in cryptocurrencies. If you really understand the technicality of it, that'll set you apart, and you actually know why you're holding it for so long. Which is why I believe a lot of people are selling their Bitcoin, which they should, because they don't fully understand the technicality behind it. But you don't have to do it all in a day, but I would suggest watching some YouTube videos because they're, like what is proof of work, or, what is a block, right? So
what is a hash rate?
yeah, hash rate, yeah.
What is a block height? I actually gave you guys all the free books that tell exactly what this is. When you joined the Telegram, I literally gave the exact book that goes through all of that. So those that read it would know all these answers to Corey's questions here, and those that didn't, just know that the book for you to explain that explains all that is inside the Telegram under pinned messages, and it is at. Let me double click. I'm checking right now. The link is still at the top. So, yeah, guys, the information is there.
I fell asleep when I first read it. I can't even lie to y'all. So it was hella boring.
I
But
appreciate
what?
that one, Steve.
Yeah, but once I read it, and I'm kind of crazy. I've read probably over like 50 different white papers. You begin to see which coins you should run from and ones you should run to. So yeah. And Bitcoin
Yeah.
is actually one of the shorter white papers, surprisingly.
Wow. I would have
And
seen it differently.
I've seen ones that are 64 pages. I didn't read that one that was 64. I was like, I'm not reading that one. That project didn't go far either. And I've read some that were like 30 pages and up. So
Facts. So if you guys want to find white papers as well, you can use the link that I dropped, the CoinMarketCap link. You click on the asset that you want to read about or learn about. And then the white paper is usually linked right here on the top. And then you can
Mhm.
click white paper and then you can go through and scan through. I did a video on how to read white papers. You can check it out on my YouTube if you want. But basically, to sum up the whole video, it just shows you me reading something, not understanding half of it, taking out
A
the words
lot
I
of
don't,
Googling.
yeah, taking out the words I don't understand and Google them. That's literally exactly what I did in the video. And people were like, "Oh man, thank you so much for showing me." And of course, thank you, we appreciate you, but I didn't do much. I literally read what I didn't understand. I copied it and pasted it into Google to understand whether it was a word, whether it was a sentence, and then went from there. So again, you can find the white papers if you go to CoinMarketCap. Then you click on the asset you want to check out. The white papers are usually linked in the top left-hand side. The same if you prefer to use CoinGecko. The same thing. The white papers are usually linked to whatever asset on the top left-hand side. Also with token addresses, contract addresses, same thing. They're usually linked on the top left-hand side. Okay, so before we let too much time slip away from us, right? We got where to buy and where to hold our crypto. So there was a lot more, but I just want to make sure that we get all that down. Is that understood? Are we on the same page with that stuff?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Easy enough. Boom. All right, we got where to buy, where to sell. And then now we're kind of getting into what Corey was talking about. Where do we find out the fundamental analysis? Where do we find out that I'm not just buying something because like everyone's talking about it on Twitter, or it's getting hyped up on Instagram, or Mark Cuban did it, so I'm doing it. Like, where do I actually understand the asset that I'm buying? You don't want to get too confused with cryptocurrency, the term, because not all cryptos are currencies. They can be used as a medium of exchange, but that may not be their main function. So it's something to just keep your mind on and be mindful of. So again, this is our central hub. If you guys forgot, I said the first thing we do is we go to CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko. This is our central hub for information. This is how you read the page. I'm gonna show you guys from the homepage how to read the page. So when you go to CoinMarketCap, you got the total amount of cryptos up here on your top left-hand side, 10,451. This number is up from like 9,200 just like a few months ago, which is kind of wild. Then you got your total number of exchanges, 381 exchanges. So guys, we only talked about Coinbase, Exodius, and MetaMask. There's 381 different exchanges. You can find different ones out there. This video is just trying to give you the easiest, seamless possible way. So that way you start. And then once you start, you can find what suits you, what you actually like. So just, keep that in mind. Then at the top, we got the total market cap of all cryptocurrency, 1.7 trillion. We got the total volume at 89 billion. And this number is usually around like 180 to 200. So we've had a lot less volume going on, obviously with Bitcoin crashing. And then we got the dominance. Bitcoin's dominance right now is at 43.8%. Ethereum is at 17%. So what that means is out of this 1.7 trillion, Bitcoin makes up 43% of it. It dominates the market, 43%. And then you also have the current gas prices up top here, ETH and Wei. And Wei is the Satoshi of Ethereum. Does anyone know what the Satoshis are? Does anyone know what a Satoshi is?
Is that like a part of or a piece of the Bitcoin?
Hey, good call. Exactly. A Satoshi would be Satoshi to Bitcoin is like a penny to a dollar. Does that make sense? So
Got
like
it. Yes.
just how Bitcoin, just how a dollar breaks down into, a bunch of pennies. I mean, pennies just happens to be the smallest unit of measurement, but the same thing, the smallest unit of measurement for Bitcoin is Satoshis. So the thought process behind that is that eventually Bitcoin is going to get to a crazy price when Bitcoin is trading at like, $5 million per Bitcoin. No one's going to be transferring, 0.0000000001 Bitcoin. So to help eliminate that, we're going to start using something called the Satoshis. And the Satoshis are just, again, the smallest unit of measurement for Bitcoin. So it'll be interacting with a smaller unit of measurement, but it is still Bitcoin. So the same way that the penny is to the dollar and that Satoshis are to Bitcoin. Gwei, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing correctly, but I think I am. Gwei is to Ethereum, right? So Satoshis to Bitcoin, pennies to dollars, Gwei to Ethereum. Easiest way to remember, in my opinion. All right, so now again, we're just reading this homepage of CoinMarketCap. We're going through and understanding where we need to go to just find out info, right? So we get to our computer and we're like, okay, tonight I'm going to look up, a little bit about crypto. First thing we do, open up a news source. I like this one, CoinDesk. They're pretty reputable. You can also use this one called Medium. Medium is going to be a little bit of a higher level read. I like it a lot. I actually found a couple articles by Corey on Medium, so you can definitely check out him. I'll drop this link in the bottom on the chat as well.
You definitely got to be careful with Medium because anybody can write on it, right? And CoinDesk is really good for current events, but they don't necessarily give you like the step ahead. It's essentially like the Wall Street for crypto. But there are some really good thought pieces on Medium. I would focus in on probably gosh, I'm blanking on the name, but it was where my article's posted. Hacker. What's the name of it? Justin's Hacker.
Yeah, let me pull it up really quick.
Because I actually wrote the article before I got featured, and then they reached out to me and said, "Hey, throw your article on here."
It's called hackernoon.com.
Yeah, Hacker Noon. Yeah, Hacker Noon.
So,
Hacker Noon. That's really good, reputable sites. Yeah, it's just the information can be very kind of convoluted in crypto. It's a lot of smoke and mirrors. So
yeah, definitely be aware of that.
If you all are ever confused, just ping the groups that we're in. So.
Yeah, because a lot of time, I mean, FUD, if most people probably didn't even know what the term FUD was, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That is a big thing in crypto because in my opinion, this is going to be life-changing for you in the future. And the people that are realizing it, that are able to move the market, aka market movers, they're realizing it late, and they're kind of pissed off that they're realizing it late because they're used to getting everything their way, especially when it comes to investing. So they're moving the market against you and displaying FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So that way you get out of your positions because, for one big person, a whale, to get into a position, they need several hundred or thousands, even retail investors, to get out of position. So just something to be mindful of. When you see news articles, please share them in the group. We can always chit chat about them. Like, open debates is how we're all going to learn. So, and I wanted to say this one as well. I listened to Decrypt Daily, which is a podcast. It's pretty good. I trust them in their reporting. They seem to be pretty on point. So you can check out that as well. Okay, so back to our example, right? We sit down at the computer, we're checking out crypto for the night. We open up Decrypt Daily, we open up, CoinMarketCap.com, and we open up CoinDesk for news. We check here, we check really quick to see what the market cap is. That's so we know if we've grown over the, say you haven't checked in a week or so. If it's up from 1.7 up to, let's say, 2.0, we've grown $3 billion. So that's good to know. The volume, again, remember the normal volume is around 180, 200 billion. If it's below that, then we know that we have less volume. Same thing with what Corey was saying when we're paying fees. If we have overall less volume, usually the gas fees are going to be a little bit lower. So these are things that you can look at the website within the first 5 seconds and already have in your head, right? You can look, say, okay, oh, market's actually up right now. Cool. Oh, the volume's down right now. Cool. Oh, Bitcoin's dominance is where it normally is. Oh, gas fees are low. So you can just boom, really quick, get all that in. Now, let's say you have a specific project you want to look up. You just click on the right-hand side. I've been talking about Giro Wallet for a little while. I really like Giro Wallet. So then you type in Giro. And then you get a breakdown, kind of like a profile page, right, of the asset that you're trying to look at. So Giro Wallet gives us the rank out of all the cryptocurrencies that are on this website. It's 2,741st. It's a token. It's on almost 10,000 people's watch list. It has the website linked here. the community where you can go to their Twitter, you can go to their Medium page. They also have a Telegram that's pretty useful. And then this is the contract address I was telling you about and the white paper. So this is just a generalization of all information, you know, like I said, a profile, their ID. Because it just came out recently, there's not, and they haven't released all their tokenomics, the full market cap isn't out yet. And you can see the volume over the past 24 hours, only 1,300,000. Gives you a little graph here. And then this is the important part. When you're checking out, you can read these as little summaries. And these summaries aren't always the most accurate. So what you want to do is take what you can from these summaries and then go apply it, you know, using it on your own. So if you
What
see
makes
on
what makes those summaries inaccurate?
well, you have like each one you'd have to go through and find, right? A lot of them are just repeated. A lot of them are just repeated information from up here. So maybe not inaccurate as much as like not as useful. It's just kind of repeating what's up here. It doesn't give you a full breakdown. Whereas as some of these, let's go to a different one. 1 second. Some of them are like highly detailed and break things down like much further. So I wouldn't quite, maybe I misspoke when I said inaccurate, but the level of detail that some give is a lot higher than others. Like right here, like what is Ethereum? Goes through what Ethereum is, what makes Ethereum unique. Related pages tells you where to go learn about Ethereum. I mean, you can just see how much longer it is in general compared to.
So, got it. So not inaccurate, just comprehensive.
Exactly.
Got it.
So again, boom, we sit down, we look at our coin market cap, we pull up a coin that we want, we review the information that we see here. Some don't have enough information, so then we just literally go on Google. We want to look up Giro Wallet, and then .io usually means that it's their own website. What a lot of projects are coming out with now is something called a light paper. So instead of a white paper, they're coming out with light papers, which is more so like a pitch deck. So they're a little bit easier to see for you. And then you can just go through the light paper here and it gives you an idea, the introduction, their mission and vision. So Giro is named in honor of Girolamo Cardano, an Italian polymath. And you can just pretty much gather all your information from light papers, easier to read than white papers. So something to remember. So now that we're still on this, what else we're going to do? We're going to look up the Giro team. We always want to know who's working on the team. And I actually had a conversation with oh my goodness. I actually had a conversation with some of the team members at Giro because they did not, Giro Wallet team, they did not release their last name to their team members. And I like kind of called them out on it. I was like, oh, this is kind of sketchy. Like, I like your project. I love what you're doing, but like, why, like, what is this about? And they got back to me saying they're worried about some few different scammers and a few other issues that they had, and that they would be having an announcement coming out in the beginning of Q3 that would address any of those concerns. So right now, Q3 2021, we see on the roadmap, they've already launched their IDO. They're doing marketing. They're doing token distribution coming soon, and they'll be releasing their web wallet. And then in Q3, they're going to, I think, release a full breakdown and host their first like live event where you get to meet the team and actually do an AMA, Ask Me Anything, to go further into the project. Okay, so now we got the team down. Now we understand what they do. And again, just to clue you guys in, Giro Wallet is on the Cardano ecosystem, and their goal is to look to create a digital wallet similar to something like MetaMask, similar to something like Exodius, and similar to something like Binance. And they want to create an all-in-one app, all-in-one wallet where you'll be able to, I think it's listed here perfectly, where you'll be able to lend, buy, sell, swap. This is because users need to learn how to create a wallet, transfer crypto. You'll be able to lend, buy, sell, swap, and do everything you can do on all three of those platforms all in one, which right now there's not really a solid project that does that. And there's definitely not a project that does that on Cardano's ecosystem. So that's why I'm bullish on Giro. And now let's go to an opposite version where the information is here. Again, not inaccurate, just some of the assets you're trying to look at don't have all the information listed right here for you. So this is a little bit easier when you go through here for Ethereum. Tells you what Ethereum is, tells you who the founders of Ethereum are, what makes it unique. It just paints the overall better picture. And then you would use your same tools, Google, your same tools, Google, you would go to Twitter, you would go to Telegram. So every crypto that I look up, I look for their Discord, I look for their Twitter, I look for their Telegram, and then I look at their white paper or a light paper. You look at their roadmap, and you look at their tokenomics. All that should be listed right on their website. But if it's not, then those are the things you need to know, you need to look for. And that would be our fundamental analysis. I use one other tool. It's called the ripcord method. And I'm sure some of you guys have heard me talk about it before. I put this PDF out before, but let me grab it and I'll drop it in the chat now. Uh-oh, one sec. This PDF, 5W of Bitcoin. I just threw this together randomly one night, but this actually serves a good purpose for now. This has a little bit of a brief history of Bitcoin, and it has some useful links here that I went through. And what I really want to show you is the ripcord method right here. So go down to this how-to part. And when you're doing your fundamental analysis, right? So when you're doing the Googles for like Giro, right? You look through that Coinbase market cap, Coin Market Cap website, you go to their homepage, you read their light paper, and you see if going through all those places answers these questions for you. Is it revolutionary? Is it revolutionary? Meaning, does it have the ability to change the world? Is it immutable? Meaning it cannot be changed. It's written in stone is what they used to say. Now they're saying it's written on the blockchain. It's immutable. It cannot be changed. Is it public? Meaning anyone can see and verify transactions with no restrictions of amount limits. Is it collaborative? Is it collaborative? People work together to run the network and establish and enforce consensus rules. That's very important. That's how you prevent against 51% attacks. A 51% attack is when everyone is usually in a consensus and agreement. And with a 51% attack, someone can overtake the network and change things. So you want to know if it's collaborative. Is it open? No permissions required. Resistant to censorship? No authority that can seize or control it. And is it decentralized? A neutral platform consensus overall. So I'm going to share this link as well. All right, that link's there. So that's the fundamental analysis. So now, guys, we know where to come and find a project. We know what to look up for the project. We know where we can go and buy the project. We know where we would hold the project. And then the last thing that it's optional to learn, it's up to you. If you're holding for a long time, you don't necessarily need to learn that. But another skill set would be to learning technical analysis, the charting. And that's how you would break down the project using the ripcord method to verify the fundamental analysis, using those websites, all the websites I just dropped in the links, in the chat. And then obviously double checking with your peer reviews, right? If we find projects that we like, we talk about them in our groups, and then we can all kind of double check each other's work. Do we have any questions leading up to this point?
Not a question, but the last thing that you just dropped in there, the PDF, that just seems to be like the route on your computer and not the document itself.
Oh, let me double check.
So I don't know if you have it hosted somewhere,
I can just
or if you can send it in the Telegram.
Yeah.
You said you already sent it in the Telegram?
I've sent it in meetings before. I don't know if it was in the Telegram, but I'm putting it in there right now. So it'll be there. It's called Who PDF. So you should be able to just download it right from the Telegram. Give me 1 second. I'm putting it in right now.
Perfect. Thank you.
No problem. All right, guys, that's all I really have. I'll stay on and answer any questions if anyone has any questions about anything. But if there's no specific questions, then I guess we can all hop out of here.
Are you gonna post this on on your YouTube, Justin?
Yeah, I'll post the recording. I think I remembered to record it this time.
Yeah, you did, because I know.
Okay.
Yeah, that way I'll just go over it again, and I was trying to write some notes, but there was a few things, so I'll review it again.
Okay. Did you have any questions you wanted to ask right now while we're on here?
No, you covered over a lot of things. I know with the address situation, at one time I was just having some challenges on locating it on the actual site, but you went over it and I saw on how it was there. I didn't see it on the, I forgot what I was looking for the actual address, and it was causing me a bit of a headache at that time with the coin and the token, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely understand. This stuff's a lot to learn, and it definitely causes headaches, but it's one of those things right now. Like if we can get out and get ahead of it and literally
Mhm.
have a solid understanding, in 5 years, when it's not saying it's mandatory, but when it's, way more mainstream and more people are using it, you're like, oh yeah, like I've been buying Bitcoin since 2020 and 2021. So in my opinion, it's definitely worth the time to take to learn it. All right. Anybody else? Any questions? No. All right then, guys. I'm gonna call it a night. Appreciate y'all tapping in with me. And if we do have any questions, just ask them in the Telegram, and we'll go over them. Okay.
Perfect.
All
Thanks
right.
so much, Justin.
Yep.
Hey,
Have
thanks,
a good night,
Justin.
y'all.
No problem.
Appreciate
Have a
it.
good night, everybody.
Bye.
Peace.